But found something on the internet. I'm going to share it with y'all. It says step family studies suggest about 60 to 70% of marriages involving children from a previous marriage fail.
Right.
60 to 70%.
Hey, y'all. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. We love you. But don't forget
to subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell so you won't miss our upcoming videos.
Y'all want to get like us. We complete each other's sentences.
All day, every day.
Sometimes.
Yeah,
we love y'all.
And we out. Peace. Little mini way. Little mini way. Little mini way. Little mini way.
All right.
And I thought all along it was probably like infidelity or something. But it's these children.
You're right.
And then the messed up thing is,
I don't even think it's the children. I think that, I do think that's the children, but behind the children is the parent.
Right.
Behind the children is the parent. Is that other parent.
Third party.
Negativity.
Right.
How they being raised, the disrespect that they allowing to be shown to that step parent. Nobody's going to deal with that, period.
Right.
I don't think you should. That's why I say I don't recommend it. You
Right.
could put down, again, I'm going to say this again. You could put down and set all the boundaries you want. You could sit down and talk to your child all you want. And then when they go to that other parent's house, they going to go and say, well, mama said or daddy said I got to blah, blah, blah.
Right.
And if that other parent feels some type of way,
Right.
they just going to say my mama said or my daddy said I ain't got to listen to you.
And we just saying we don't recommend it.
Yeah.
Not saying it won't work.
We working,
Right.
but it was sacrifices
There's
made.
a lot
It
of
just
sacrifices that had a lot of events that happened
right.
that could have led to a divorce,
Definitely.
but that didn't break her.
It ain't break us.
But it was definitely bending. It was, but we snapped that thing back. We like, no, we got
I felt
this.
like it was
And we
on
prayed
his-
to God.
Right. I think
Yeah,
that
God.
it was on his last break. Like, if anything else, like, it was cracked, it was shattered.
Yeah.
And we
pretty
literally
close.
had to put some glue, some tape, we
Had to
you
do it
know,
together. We had to do it as a
prayers,
team. Yep.
period.
God, we had to
Like,
call God down.
he
We
didn't
ain't
allow
calling
us
too many people.
to, but it was a lot of sacrifice
Yeah.
made. And that's,
Yeah.
nobody wants to make those sacrifices.
Right. But when you trust in God, when you believe in God, those sacrifices need to be
I
made.
thought you was about to say Glade. I was like, you about to.
No, Glade. Nah.
No, that's what you was about to
Nah.
say. Glade was about to be like.
No. But, I was like, what is that? Well, the whole children thing. It could, and we are probably say this a million times. It could work.
It can
You
work.
could say like, oh, our children good. Our children get along great. Everything's just so fun, and they running in the grass and
They best
dancing and
friends
playing.
and-
Oh yeah, look at them. It could be like that, but it can change in a moment.
And,
it can
in the twinkling of an eye.
Right. So y'all need to be on y'all guard. Y'all need to be. You and your spouse need to be a team. You and your significant other need to be a team. If this is going to work, y'all really need to sit down like, okay, what are we doing? Are we just dating or are we going to down the aisle? Because we're not having these children meet each other and tell them like, oh yeah, and then take time for y'all join as like a family. Put it together as a family. Give it time. Don't rush it. But at that point, we need to be upfront and honest. Do you got everything set with your third party and everything? You got everything situated?
But most people say yes.
Right.
Most people say yes, and the reality is the two different perspectives. Because you may say, yeah, I just ignore her. I communicate with her when I need to. But you ignore her. Don't take anything she say serious. Let her disrespect you or whatever like that. And my perspective is this is not okay, because
Right,
if
the
she
other
disrespecting
partner.
you, she gonna try to disrespect me, and I ain't going for that.
Right. The other partner
Period.
will be like, okay, that's a problem.
Right.
We can't ignore this person because it's going to turn into small problem into a bigger problem. So we need to handle it. Right. If you hear somebody say that, y'all, you better address that. Don't let it be like, okay, that sounds good. We don't have to deal with them. No. No. Y'all need to get together, figure it out. What we going to do? What angle we going to do? Are we going to talk? We could be cordial and talk, or we could just hi bye.
I just want you to know, once the trust is broken between your spouse, the one you saying I do to,
Right.
and that other co-parent,
Right.
that's done.
Right.
It's either your relationship done or your relationship with them is done. It's something,
Right.
because it ain't gonna be both. I'm gonna just let you know that now, because your spouse is always gonna feel some type of way about conversations. If it's ever any type of deception, manipulation, anything, any lie, anything that's there,
Right.
it's just not gonna work. It ain't no, it takes time. No. Because at that point, you just don't want to deal with that person at all.
Right.
You could forgive, you could let go, you could hope and wish and pray the best for that person, but that don't mean you want to actively try it again. It's just a no. It's a no for me, at least.
Right. Definitely.
But back to why we don't recommend. One of the things I would say is because this child could just have like a vendetta to just break y'all up. I don't know. Like, we see cases out there where they come in saying, you're not my mom, you're not my dad. Like, they old enough, they don't want to be bothered with somebody new in their parents' life. And you doing all you can to try to make it work, but
they're the only child, and you got multiple kids, and try to blend the family together without having any. And this child's been spoiled. You need to really think about what y'all about to get into,
right?
Because you have a child. Y'all, the one person have the children. It's 2 children or 3, and they get along great. They know how to share. But you have a child that's been by themselves, that's been sheltered. Don't know how to share, don't know
that's
anything.
your fault.
Right.
That's your fault
need
that you should have taught your child how to share, whether they was around somebody or not. Like,
but this is something to think about, to let them know, like, hey, this is going to be a problem. You need to address this with your child and have conversations.
But again, that's going to take time.
Right, it's going to take, but they're going to have to share in school anyway. They're going to have to share eventually.
They ain't got to. They could be that child that's slapping and I'm just saying, taking toys. It's children out here that's doing that in preschool. You know that,
right? But don't make excuses for your child. You're trying to blend the family together, and your child is being selfish and stingy. You need to address that instead of telling the other parent, "Well, that's just who they are. They've been by this. That's just what it is."
Well, and that's a red flag. Like, if you're that person that has the 2 or 3 children, and there's one child coming in, don't want to share, disrupting your household, you done taught your kids everything, that's a red flag. I wouldn't say do it. I wouldn't say blend it. You see right then and there, it ain't working.
They're gonna be like, when do we blend it? Huh?
What I'm saying, then don't. I'm saying do not. It ain't no when. Do not do it. If you see that it is affecting your children and they never been affected like this, they haven't been going through this, this child is coming in disrupting what you've already set a foundation for your children, and now you exposing them to something that they don't have to deal with. You making them deal with that. That's no.
When we say this, it's just telling you the possibilities that could happen. And if you want to
I'm
try,
saying think about your children.
Right. If you want to try to make that work under those circumstances,
right.
Think about this could happen. And y'all better find some, like, maybe some books, some literature, some people to talk to help y'all through that situation.
If it's not getting any better in 6 months, I think that you should just,
or people not putting effort, people not trying.
If you do not have this child full time and they going back and forth, and they get to do whatever they want in one place and come back, and you think something gonna be different in your household, and they come back with the same behavior because they all over the place, no, I don't think it's a good idea for you to try to blend something like that. That's not gonna work out.
And another thing that I want to bring up,
and then you gonna be bitter later on down the line, like, you said it was gonna change, and now y'all arguing because something never changed. It never changed. How can you force something? You can't.
You about to have a rally, man. He said don't do it. We ain't doing.
Nah, it's gonna be somebody like that one person that was just really upset that I said I don't recommend a blended family, and I'm gonna say it again. I don't recommend it.
Okay, this could happen. What if sexual abuse or sexual acts happen because they are not related, and kids, they get to do alone time at the other parent's house, and then come to your house, and now some sexual acts just happen. That could be a possibility.
That could be a possibility, y'all. Just understand that.
That think about.
And it's like you sacrificing your children.
Right.
You gonna keep letting it happen? What you gonna do?
Right.
What can you do in that situation?
and y'all didn't think, oh no, that couldn't happen. This wouldn't happen. No, it could happen, and I pray to God it doesn't. But that's a possibility that you kind of sacrificing your child.
You sacrificing your child, and that's not fair to your child to be just for your relationship. Like,
so,
no, this ain't it.
You might have to spend the rest of your life by yourself,
or the other child just don't come back.
Well,
how about
I'm
that?
just talking about the situation of if you have children.
Because if that child is just getting that done to the, I'm just saying, and don't nobody want to seek help for that child, then I don't know what to say.
If you thinking about this and like thinking about a relationship and you have children, maybe you might have to spend the rest of your life by yourself.
Right. Or if you know that your child has been SA and will possibly SA somebody else, then you shouldn't even be thinking about no relationship. You need to be getting help for your child.
Right.
Not sitting here thinking about your needs and, I don't want to be alone for the rest of my life. Then make better decisions on people you sleep with.
Or your child has a mental disorder.
Okay.
Anything along that line. Any mental problems. Let's go mental problem.
Right.
Or something. Maybe you should just worry about your child. Don't get in a relationship.
I'm going to tell you this right now. Any type of behavioral issue where your child getting punched on, slapped, kicked, stabbed, get out of there. Protect your children. That relationship is not worth. I don't care whose marriage it is. You do not keep your children in that situation to where somebody could possibly lose their life.
Right.
I mean, I'm saying have a conversation with your spouse. Have a conversation with them. What we going to do about this? If they not willing to do something with that child, where the child, you going to have to go outside the house to see the child or something. I don't know. Why are you laughing? I'm saying, seriously, because everybody be affected. Like, everybody just in the house scared. You got cameras all over your house. You hiding all of the knives and stuff. Like, no, you can't have pencils around, pens around, anything sharp.
Right. Right. So
don't
maybe if your child is experiencing things, you're going to have to be by yourself and just stay. Yeah. Stay with your child and just understand you're gonna be lonely by it, and it's
until the child gets of an age, 18, and then maybe you can try to get back out there. 18.
Yeah, you older trying to find somebody. It
is what it is.
Impossible.
I'm just saying you chose to have a child. Yeah. It didn't work out between you and the other parent. Then that's the decision you made. You seen red flags with that parent in the first place, and you kept going along with it. Talking about, I guess it'll get better. You see it didn't get better, why would you bring somebody else along into that?
But it's something to think about. Why everybody trying to have sex, everybody having kids, everybody happy they had a baby. And maybe y'all should really think about before having kids, before just running out having sex, unprotected sex with people. And now you got a child with somebody that you're not going to be with later on. What are your options out there? Date somebody with a child, date somebody without a child, or just be by yourself now.
No, I don't think you should date somebody with a child and your child over here going through stuff. Like, why are you putting somebody else in that to have to deal with it? You barely even want to deal with it. Let's be honest. Nobody want to deal with a child that have some type of behavioral issue. They struggling with it, and now you bringing somebody else along to have to struggle along with you. She might help me. He might. No. No. No, you
better help yourself. That's what you gotta do. No, I'm out of here. I ain't doing all this crazy stuff. Or you dating somebody that parent is incarcerated.
Incarcerated, right? And then, and it's not long term. Maybe they get out in 10 years and now they gonna come and interrupt because now the child want to see their biological parent. Right. That's a mess. And then the spouse gotta take the child to the prison, and they having meetups at the prison to, come on.
All right. Mama, you like, yo, what y'all saying at the prison? Why,
no.
You seem happy when you get back. That's a lot you got to deal with. Are you capable of dealing with something like that? Y'all, you okay with that?
No, I don't think the parent should be their responsibility. They went to prison. They made the decision to go to prison. They did whatever they did. So That
But
means
you can't
you
tell
made
nobody not to go up there, you know.
Yes, you can. It's either you gonna.
You talking about
I'm talking about that person taking the child. Maybe that the person that's incarcerated, maybe their parents or their family members can take the child.
Oh,
But
talking about
you
like that?
taking a child,
Okay.
going to see your ex, that wouldn't work for me.
That's what
I'm
saying.
not
I
being
don't think-
understanding. I don't even think a child should be in that type of environment. Because
Right.
then next thing you know, the child coming back to me, I want to be incarcerated like my mama. We know that stuff like that is
daddy.
said and can happen.
Right.
And then look like they going down that route. For real, it look like that. It's like what you said is gonna come to
All
pass.
in the family business, aren't you? Like,
But seriously though, for real. Sadly, seriously though, it's no.
it's not a great thing. Yeah, that could.
What else? What else you got?
What else I got, man?
I mean, those are some pretty tough situations.
Yeah, I mean, we ain't giving too many people on hope on the whole. Because a lot of people have children. Let's be honest, a lot of people.
Well, I just want to bring it
having
up.
kids.
I just want to bring it up. If the first relationship, the first blended family in the Bible did not work out, Ishmael had to go. Whatever he was doing, they didn't get into great detail. All we know is he was taunting the little boy. That don't sound like something somebody should be getting kicked out for. But the Lord said, listen to your wife. And that little boy and his mama had to go. Okay? They had to go. So that did not work out. It didn't work out. And it ain't working today. It's just not. It's not working today.
Yeah, that people didn't. That it would have helped if this was a lot of conversation being brought up.
No,
while
everybody
was
like, oh,
growing
we
up.
looking so good. We're blended
Right.
family.
Right.
But then the kids sleeping together, stabbing each other, beating each other up behind closed doors.
It's-
No, seriously, that's
No,
what's
I'm
really
talking about the
happening.
whole beating up behind. They could be two different beat ups, double entendre. I'm talking about beat up. Well, I got you. Right,
You
right. There. No, I'm not. I'm just. You said it, so my mind was like, you beat up behind the door. It's like,
It could
hope
be
that
both
ain't-
ways, though, right?
Right, because there are cases and people, and it's like, this is messed up for the child.
It is. It's very sad for the child, and that was on you.
Right.
That's the consequences of your actions. Or you got a situation where it's a deadbeat mama, a deadbeat daddy. And you now have to take the responsibility of the 2 or 3 kids because their fathers aren't helping financially at all. Mothers or fathers, whoever, but it's usually fathers because usually the children mostly are with the mothers. That's
Right.
why I said that. But it could be mothers or fathers. Mothers or fathers out here not doing what they supposed to do financially. Talking about, oh, maybe because I don't see the child or whatever like that. Or they don't have a stable place to stay themselves for the child to even go. Or they have an unstable environment going over there with them. They smoking, drinking, getting high, not watching the kids. Whatever the situation is, it's unsafe. Now the children are full time with y'all, and now it's your
I
responsibility.
wonder how people would feel like you've been taking care of this child. I would say, okay, it's your dad been taking care of the child for a long time. It's not his child. And it's like a daughter and dad dance, and then the father finally come in the picture. I wonder how the person would feel if they, they're like, well, I want to take my dad, my real dad, to the father. Like, I've been here the whole time. I've been this the whole time. And then the dad come in and take her, and then, he's like,
No, I think that was on, what was that movie? Daddy's Home.
Yeah, Daddy's Home. Right,
Daddy's
right.
Home. That was
Right,
it.
right.
Like
right.
they,
but I'm pretty sure you haven't realized that. You
Oh,
just
yes.
come in and daddy daughter and stuff like that. But they shared. They had a happy ending somewhat. They shared the.
They shared
spotlight.
this, right?
Right, but a lot of people ain't gonna have that.
No.
Like, it was gone. I was there.
Right.
So then people going through that.
Or you got people that's just trying to ruin a relationship, and now there's no relationship at all.
Yeah.
Because
Or
you built a
remember-
relationship, but then the other parent say whatever they say, and not a relationship all jacked up because
Yeah.
the child confused, don't know what's going on, whatever. Or they listening to their biological parent, and now it put a damper on them putting effort in to get to know this other parent. I mean, all type of scenarios.
Remember
can
that
happen.
case of the lady at the store, and she was talking to you about her and her husband got a divorce because of the children.
They separated, right?
Separate because of the children. And then later on, some years down the line, they end up getting back together when the children got grown.
Well,
And
they
it's
was
like-
working on it, right?
Right,
They were
working,
working on it, but
right.
it was still drama with some grown kids.
Right,
So
right.
I don't know why people say until somebody is 18 that the kid the child don't just magically disappear at 18.
Nobody, unless y'all got some money, nobody's child is just gonna leave at no 18. Barely at 21. Barely at 23. Times are hard out here, y'all. Y'all children is not just gonna be like, I'm 18, we got to get my apartment. Y'all gonna take care of yourself. No. They barely paying people minimum wage. They not gonna get a good apartment. They gonna need probably some food or some type of assistance still. So they gonna be in and out the house. Maybe 25, maybe 30, that they finally on their feet. And they are really don't have to deal with them that much. But come on, 18. Oh, when they get 18, everything gonna be. No, it ain't. No, they still gonna be there.
Or
Just
we didn't talk
causing-
about child support. We didn't talk about this.
Right.
We need to talk about child support, whether it's the man or the female,
Right.
male or female. We not just saying men here because
Right.
male or female, mom or dad is not paying child support or has to pay child support. And you knew that they had children.
Right.
You know that they have children, and maybe they got a good job, but now their child support has gone up because of that good job.
Mm-hmm.
And now these children is getting more is getting $600 to $700 for one or two children a month, and now y'all at the house struggling.
Right.
Or now you have to do more. The wife or the husband has to contribute more to the household or find a second job or whatever the situation is.
Right.
Now you have a financial difficulty because of child support.
Because you date somebody with the child.
You doubt dating someone with the child.
married somebody with the child. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Could happen.
That could happen.
That could
and
be a
y'all know
possibility.
that's definitely happening.
Oh, yeah.
In blended families. Somebody on child support somewhere.
Right.
It just is what it is.
Or one child is getting new clothes, new sneakers because the other parent is paying for it and giving child support, and the other children, what are they? They're not getting nothing. They're like, why he get new stuff? Why he get a new game and all this stuff? Well, there's child support coming in for him. Where my daddy child support? Why he ain't sending me anything? So that could be another problem that could happen in a relationship. Yeah, they probably listening to like, what problem? That's not going to happen, huh?
Oh,
When
right.
is going to be a good time?
I don't
No?
know.
It's a
Well,
lot of stuff
it
that
is
you
a lot
need
of
to
stuff.
consider before.
Well, it is
Blended.
good to it, in my opinion, for my children
Right.
to have you in their lives and to really pour into them, in the absence of their dad. I'm just saying, I'm just keeping it real. I'm not trying to
Right.
throw nothing at nobody, but I'm not going to downplay your role in their lives because of somebody else. I'm just not going to do
Right.
that. So it's a beautiful relationship that you and my children have. They call you dad. They look at you as their dad. I don't think treat you any different. I don't think that they ever, say like, rally up like, let's get him out of here.
Get away from him.
They're
take 'em
happy to see you, just like all of the kids are like running to the door like, daddy's home, yay. They're all
More than
in
that,
unison.
yeah.
Okay, on
Yeah.
that. So that's beautiful for me to see. I'm glad that they get to have that experience of you being that father in their life.
Is that a red light?
Yes, it is. Yours not?
No. It don't matter. We cut, we split half.
Okay,
some
right.
of it.
Right. It's all we done anyway,
some of
basically.
it. But I just want to close out with saying this, y'all. Just thinking about it. It might come a time where you will have to pick your marriage or pick your child. And what would you do in that scenario? Just think about it. And we might talk about this later, some other time.
And I would just say, if your answer right now is picking your child, then you should not pursue a relationship or marriage.
Right.
Because if you are a Christian, this is just for the Christian people. I'm not talking to the worldly people or the people who don't believe or whatever, whoever you are. I'm talking to the Christians or who claim to be a Christian. It says leave and cleave. It says forsake everyone for your husband or your wife. Y'all in this together. So you would need to be choosing your spouse in that situation. But if you know deep down inside you will not choose your spouse, then you need to walk this path alone and focus on your children.
Right. So,
Because the time may come where it's a decision that need to be made. Them or your spouse.
we thank y'all. We appreciate y'all for listening. And
Thank you for staying locked in to the end. I guess
thank
I
you.
said 'cause
Right.
he'll never remember.
I don't don't never remember. I don't never get. I'm gonna write it down on my notepad or something.
We love y'all.
We appreciate y'all. We thank y'all so much. This is Allen and Eve.
And we're here to help you believe.
Believe in that thing. Believe in marriage, y'all. Keep it strong. Peace.
Leave and cleave.
I think.